Good morning.
Hi, friends. This is Miss Debbie
And I'm Miss Angela.
from the Saginaw Public Library, and we're going to do story time together with our friends today.
Yep.
And we have books today about some animal friends that come to the library, don't they?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your book title today?
So my book is called, well, hang on. It has
Okay.
a very special page in the front
It
of it.
does? Okay.
It does. Do you know what that page is?
What is it, Miss Angela?
It's the title
The
page.
title page.
So the title of my book is A Library Book for Bear. And it was written by Bonnie Becker with pictures by Katie McDonald Denton. That's a long name.
It is.
Okay, let's see. One morning, Bear heard a tap, tap, tapping on his door. He doesn't look thrilled about the tapping.
No.
When he opened the door, there was Mouse, small and gray and bright-eyed. "We are off!" exclaimed Mouse with a happy wag of his whiskers. Bear frowned. He had agreed to go with Mouse to the library, but now he was quite sure it was a dreadful mistake. "Completely unnecessary," Bear announced. "I have all the books I need right here." He's pointing at his books that are on the mantle.
Okay.
"Oh, there are many delightful books in the library," Mouse assured him. "Humph," Bear grumbled, but he had promised. So he buckled up his red roller skates and stepped outside, grabbing a basket for the books. Oh, there we go. Bear skated and Mouse rode in the basket all the way to the library, the wind rippling nicely through their fur. There they go, to the library. But when they got to the library, Bear didn't like how big it looked. "There are going to be far too many books in there," he protested. "Most excessive." "Oh no, it's quite exciting," said Mouse, leading Bear through the tall doors. In the library were more books than Bear had ever thought there could be. He quickly found a tucked away corner, but even here there were lots and lots of books. "Humph. Terribly extravagant." Bear's voice was a little loud. "I shall find you the perfect one," said Mouse, quietly in his library voice. "What about pickles?" commanded Bear. After all, he only had one of those. But Mouse had whisked away. Mouse came back with a thick green book. Bear opened it. "Rocket ships? Ridiculous!" Bear's voice was getting louder. "A good book about pickles is all I require." "Remember, quiet in the library," murmured Mouse as he scurried off. He soon returned with a tall yellow book. "I am not interested in wooden canoes." Bear's voice was even louder. "Quiet voices in the library," Mouse reminded him. "My voice is always quiet," Bear shouted. "I will find my own book. I can assure you that pickles are quite interesting." Mouse didn't look so sure, but Bear quickly spotted a blue book with a pickle on the spine, and Mouse sprang up the shelf to go get it for him. Inside there were pictures of pickles. The pickles had little fairy wings. They were dancing with petunias. "No dancing, Pickles!" Bear roared. "Shh!" said a voice. Bear peeked around a bookshelf. Oh, there sat a librarian with a cluster of youngsters gathered around her. The librarian smiled, but a mother squirrel squished an angry finger against her lips, and an old raccoon said sternly, "Quiet in the library." Bear turned back with a huffly sniff. "I know when I am not wanted," he told Mouse. "I want to go home." "Surely, at least one book," Mouse began, but Bear cut him off. "I have all the books I need." He looked quite certain. "Then we are off," said Mouse, but his whiskers didn't wag this time. Bear stood stock still. He was listening carefully to a voice on the other side of the bookshelf. "So the very brave Bear began to inch his way toward the treasure chest," the voice was saying. "I'm ready," said Mouse. "Shh!" exclaimed Bear. "It's just getting to the good part." "But you said—" "Quiet voices in the library!" Bear bellowed. He was being pretty loud, I think. This time, the librarian got up and looked around the bookshelf at Bear. Bear stood very still and quiet, as if he had been still and quiet all along. "Would you like to join Storytime?" the librarian asked. Bear glanced at Mouse. "We'd love to have you," said the librarian. Bear and Mouse scooted around the shelf and found 2 empty chairs. The librarian began to read again. Bear lifted the lid to the treasure chest, and inside... The librarian paused. Mouse and Bear strained forward. Oh, what was going to be inside the treasure chest? "Inside," she said, "was a mound of pickle slices, and each shining slice was made of diamonds and gold, and everyone shouted, 'Hooray for the very brave bear!' And then she said, 'The end.'" Bear stared dreamily into space for a moment. Then he looked over at Mouse and announced, "As I said, pickles are most interesting." "Indeed," said Mouse. Later, Mouse rode in the basket with 7 new books. There were 2 about wooden canoes, 2 about rocket ships, 2 about teapots. Oh, look, they look so happy on their way home from the library. And 1 called The Very Brave Bear and the Treasure of Pickle Island, which Bear read to Mouse that very same day. And that is the end of Bear and Mouse's trip to the library.
And Bear had a good time after
He
all,
did.
didn't he?
He did. He didn't want to go, but he had fun once he was there.
Look who came to visit us, another animal
Oh.
friend. Oh,
Is that Shelby?
Shelby, are you under there? It is Shelby.
Oh,
It is Shelby.
yeah.
And she has something on her
She
face.
does. She's wearing a mask.
She is. She told me that she wears that when they go to Walmart to stay
Yeah.
safe. So
Yeah.
I have one I wear when I go
Yeah,
shopping or
I have
something
one
too.
too.
Yeah.
I have a couple of different ones.
Oh,
so.
you do? Well,
Mhm.
I have 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The city gave us one
Mhm.
too. So, okay. Well, Shelby, have you been well? Are you going to tell us bad today? Oh,
No.
What are you going to tell us?
Oh, yeah.
The ducks and the pigs. She's been
Mhm.
visiting again, haven't you?
Mhm.
All right. All right. Have you been washing your hands a lot? All right. That's a good
Mhm.
thing to do. Or use
Yep.
hand sanitizer, be sure.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Shelby, you go visit Miss Angela, and you
Okay.
might want to take that off if you want. That way you can,
Yeah.
you're okay right
That's
now.
okay. Yeah,
So,
she was just
all
showing
right.
the kids
So
for
you
story
can
time.
visit with her, and I have a book to share with us.
You do.
I do,
And
and
it's
this
also
one
about an animal from the
it
library.
is. It is about an animal. And do you know what this page is called?
It's the title page.
It is called the title page, and it's called The Book Hog
Okay.
by Greg Pozzoli. A hog is
Oh.
kind of like a pig.
Yeah, it's a pig.
Okay. Oh, he looks like a happy hog too. The book hog loved books. I like that.
That's good.
He had quite a few. Oh, I see. He
That's a lot.
does. He does. He loved the way they smelled, sniff. He loved the way the pages felt in his hooves. And he especially liked the ones with pictures. Oh, okay.
Those are good.
Those are, yeah, it's good to have a book like that. He picked them up here and there and anywhere he could find them. Okay, that's a good way to find them. And the book hog had a secret. Shh. A big secret. A big secret. I don't know. He didn't know how to read.
Oh.
He had never learned. He was surrounded by books, but the book hog couldn't read a single one.
That's really
Oh.
sad.
Yes. The book hog went to bed every night without a bedtime story, Miss Angela.
Oh.
Wow. One morning he went out looking for some more books. He came to a long, low building and he smelled some books inside.
Oh.
He had a good sniffer if he could smell books inside. I think it says library.
Oh.
Let's
maybe
see.
it does.
He snuck through the stacks, adding several books to his pile. Then a soft voice said, "Would you like to join us for story time?"
Oh.
It was Miss Olive, the librarian. "Pick out a book and I will read it with you." The book hog blinked. Then he swallowed. "You'll read a book with me?" "Of course," said Miss Olive. "As many as you would like." That's what librarians do, don't we? We help our friends. Then the book hog had an idea. "Wait here," he said. Oh, Miss Olive looks happy. He went home. Oh, but he's going to come back because he told her to
yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
And he came back
Oh.
with some
He
books.
can bring in all his books to the library.
Miss Olive led story time, and the book hog listened very closely. He heard many stories, with some funny ones, some sad, and some kind of in between. All right. And over time, and with practice, and Miss Olive, the book hog learned to read by himself.
That's great.
I know, awesome.
Yeah, we can read all his books.
He can, He grew to love books even more, not just for the way they looked and felt, but for the stories that they told. And yes, the book hog still takes a lot of books, but he always brings them back to the library. The end.
That's a great story, Miss
And
Debbie.
he came to visit the library like your bear came to
He
visit
did.
the library. And we have lots of books here, don't we?
We do.
And you know what? Our young friends and our bigger friends can also get books from the library right now.
They can.
We have curbside service, and they can call the library 817-230-0300 extension 8, or they can order their books online through their account.
Yep. So
and-
even though they can't come in the library right now,
Right.
they can still get some library books and read them at their house.
That's right, they can. And we have some library staff at the front that watches when the cars come up, and then they tell us the name, and the library staff will go get the books and take them out to the car. But they are wearing their masks,
Yeah,
you know,
they
to be
do,
safe.
yeah.
They are, Miss.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Angel, I have had fun this morning with
Me
you and
too.
Shelby.
Me too.
Talking about animal
This has been really
friends
fun.
that came to the library. I will be glad when our big friends and little friends can
Me
come back to
too,
the
me
library.
too. The library's been pretty quiet lately.
It has. We've been up here, but we've been able to see our friends with Storytime through Facebook and get to enjoy books and things. And we're working on summer reading club stuff too, aren't we?
We are. We're
We
working
are.
on it.
And we're making a few
Getting ready.
changes, aren't we?
It's going to be pretty different this
It's
year.
going to be different, but it's going to be fun. We're going to have
Mhm.
a lot of things for our friends to do, so we
Yeah.
are excited about all those possibilities. Well, friends, come see us when the library does open, and if you got questions, call us at the library, and we can certainly get you some books. Miss Angela and I can help
We can.
if our friends need books too.
Yep.
So we'll see you, friends. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
Have a good week.